that. I think they've been the three best quarterbacks basically all season long. And I don't care about no grades or anything like that, but my eye test tells me that these been the three best quarterbacks. And I don't think, now, Skip, Kyler Murray was in that third group, Josh Allen. I think they've done enough to move up. They've shown me something from what I've seen in the first half. Now, we need to see it play out over the course of a season. But right now, Mahomes, Wilson, and Rodgers are the three best quarterbacks in football. I've seen splashes from Drew. We know what Drew represents. And we've seen that, you know, obviously Sunday night was his best game of the entire season. But I don't know. I don't know if Watson is still in that tier one group. I think he's probably taking a step back, and it's not his fault. There's been a lot of turmoil. They got rid of his best wide receiver. They have a lot of issues going on in the Texans, but he's stayed the course. But for me, the tier ones are no-brainers, no doubt. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers.
And you're not saying that Kyler is tier one. You're saying he just moved to tier two.
Yes. He and Josh Allen.
Okay. I will give you the three you have in the first tier, but three more still belong.
Who?
Drew Brees belongs in the first tier. I'm sorry. I think he's the midseason MVP. The harder I look at what he pulled off, wait a second. He didn't have Michael Thomas for 6 games. Mm-hmm. Michael Thomas was the offensive player of the year.
Last year.
He didn't have Emmanuel Sanders for 2 of those games.
Yes.
And wait, he still got New Orleans to 6-2, which sits right now as the #1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
So he played Brady twice head-to-head, and he threw 6 touchdown passes to 0 interceptions in those 2 games.
And your guy got 5 and what?
Well, I'm just saying that's what he did to Tom Brady, right?
Well, as long as you don't put the other guy in there, I'm good.
Okay. 74% completion rate leads the NFL from Drew Brees. Okay, I got it. A lot of them are going to Kamara.
You're right.
But the point is, I don't care what your eyes tell you when you watch him because he doesn't seem to have much arm left. It still works.
Yeah.
And it worked at the highest level against a defense on Sunday night that I thought going into the game was the best defense in pro football, and he shredded it.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe with his head as much as his arm.
Right.
Well, it still works. So I'm sorry, when you pull that off, you're the MVP. You have to be in the top tier, right?
Okay.
Okay. You'll give me that one?
I won't fight you on that.
Okay. Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry. I'm not backing off this. Love him, believe in him. Stuck in a horrible situation with a horrible coach / GM.
Absolutely.
Who gave away his best receiver, one of the best receivers in football, just flat out gave him away to
Or
Kyler
running back
Murray.
that can't stay healthy.
Okay? Deshaun's still top tier to me. If you really look hard at what he's doing this year for a bad football team, he's putting up career passing numbers, but nobody cares because nobody's really even watching what he's doing,
2 and
right?
6, I think.
Okay? So he's still tier. If he was tier 1 going in, for my money, he's still tier 1. And then obviously Tom Brady is tier 1.
No, Skip. First of all, he wasn't in tier 1 to begin with.
His body of work is tier 1 work.
No.
Wait a second.
Body of work
Wait
this
a second.
year.
The highly respected Pro Football Focus says that he has a better rating through his 8 games than, wait a second, than Patrick Mahomes has.
See, there you go.
That's what it is. So you have him #1 overall, Patrick Mahomes, right? He's your MVP.
Yeah.
And Pro Football Focus says body of work, Tom Brady's is better than Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes has been up and down, up and down.
But you like Bill Barnwell, right? You know, you like him. You like some of his writing.
Yeah.
You know, well, he got Mahomes, Rodgers, and Russell Wilson as his 3 MVP. He ain't mentioned nothing about the guy that you say should be in.
Okay, well, that's one guy at ESPN. This is a group. This is where they have contributors such as
Brad
Chris Collinsworth. Well, he's one of them. But Chris Collinsworth contributes to it heavily. A lot of people until this year, Mike McCarthy was a contributor.
I'm contributing to this.
Okay.
I'm contributing.
Well, I'm just saying that their overall grade is better for Brady.
Skip.
He's had too many shaky games, says Patrick Mahomes. He almost lost to Teddy Bridgewater at home this past Sunday.
Almost is not the same as a loss.
Okay.
A turnover-worthy play is not the same. You know what? How about this here? Which do you think Russell Wilson would rather have? A turnover-worthy play at the 1-yard line or that turnover? Because the turnover cost in the game, not the turnover-worthy play. So Tom Brady has fewer turnover-worthy plays, but he has 7 INTs. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, that was before he threw 3 against
Even before
the
he
Saints.
threw 3, he had 4, and Mahomes had 1. So after that game, he still has 1. Your guy got 7 now.
Well, as Pro Football Focus pointed out, of those 25 touchdown passes, 6 came on screen passes. You giving him big credit for that?
So Tom Brady threw no touchdowns on screen.
I don't know.
How many 1-yard touchdowns does Tom Brady have? He got 5 to Mike Evans. He got another 2 to Gronk. So he got 7 1-yard touchdowns. How many 40-yard touchdowns, 30-yard touchdowns did he have? Do you see how many Mahomes got?
Every time I look up, Mahomes is scoring from the 2-yard line.
Every time I look up, Tyreek Hill got another 40-yarder. Nicole Hardman got another 40-yarder. Every time I look up.
Well, every time I look up, Pro Football Focus is saying Tom Brady is better than Patrick Mahomes. So wouldn't that deserve top tier?
No, Skip. But nobody believes that with the eye test. That top Skip.
Well, I think a whole bunch of people believe
we're not talking about body of work. Clearly, Tom Brady is more accomplished. But this year, in 2020, Tom Brady has not played better than those other 3 guys.
Well, he got a brand new team with a brand new set of teammates and coaching staff and offense. He got them to 6-2.
Okay, Skip, I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying Aaron Rodgers has played 2-3 games without Devontae. He played another 4 or 5 games without Lazard.
I'll give you, he's having a great year, except when he run into Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
And that was...
So what happened? What about your guy when he run to New Orleans or Chicago? Nick Foles can't beat anybody else but Tom Brady. Let that sink in for just a second.
Yep. Okay. In the end, Pro Football Focus didn't think Tom played that horribly in the worst game of his career. He did throw for 209.
Skip, really on 43 attempts. He threw for a little over 200 yards on 43 attempts. With no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Skip, the man had
that was his worst game of his life.
Skip, the man had a what was the QBR 5?
Well, the Pro Football Focus grade was much better than 5.
Oh, I remember he had a 3.8. So I round that up to 4. Are you sure it was 4 down? Is it the 4th quarter or was it 4 down, Skip? I don't know.
Let's see, I'm counting Patrick Mahomes' bad games. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Skip, hold on. What's a bad game to you?
Oh, losing to Derek Carr was a bad game at home, and then
Scored 32 points, threw for 340 and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
That's bad. Okay, go
almost
ahead.
losing to Teddy Bridgewater at home was a bad game.
Almost. Skip, you almost lost to Daniel Jones.
And then he almost lost to Brian Hoyer and had a QBR of, what was it, 58?
What do you... Skip, don't do that.
New England?
All
Really?
my guy does is just win. Who has a better record through the first 30-plus starts?
It's good. I'll give you. He's top tier. I give you that.
Skip, did you know, if you look at the guys with 100 touchdowns, how many interceptions they had? It's not even close. Even Aaron Rodgers threw the first 100 touchdowns, had 34 interceptions. My guy in the 20s. As a matter of fact, I better take that back. My guy got 19. My guy got 100 touchdowns and 19 picks. Even the great Aaron Rodgers had 34 interceptions in his first 100 touchdowns.